Hey guys, welcome to the Smokin and Jokin show. This is today's. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Today's June 19th, so we want to have wish everybody a happy Juneteenth. My name is Beth King, the Crown Eater's wife. I'm here with my amazing husband and partner in crime, Jimmy King. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the show. I'll end up having to say it again because it takes a second for people to start showing in. But for anybody who has already joined us, if you could highlight in the comments, it'd be greatly appreciated. Get the word out that we're out here live. Get more viewers. Get the info that we're about to share with you tonight, as far as our guest and the organization here to talk with us about. Um, Out to more veterans and their family members would be greatly appreciated. Tonight's show, we've got Jesse with Military Missions in Action, MMIA. He's here to tell us a little bit about how he got set up with them and what they do for veterans and their families. Jesse, thank you for joining us. It's greatly appreciated. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you for having me. How are you guys
So
doing?
It's been a long
it's been
day.
a busy day.
Actually,
um,
I haven't seen Jimmy King pretty much since we woke up this morning, which is highly unusual for us. I think I'm kind of going through withdrawals right now. Don't worry, I'll get over it soon. um,
Two
love to
shots.
talk to you about military missions in action. It's an organization I know you're really passionate about. So if you can kind of share it with us, what they do and what you guys are all about.
Well, I've been with them for, oh God, 6 months, 7 months, something like that, maybe longer. I forget. It's in my heart. I love veterans. I love all first responders and all military branches. I support them. My wife and I support them 100%. Um, I've had some health problems and I couldn't work, so I was kind of just twiddling my thumbs, like, what the hell am I going to do? So I I know about MMIA through CVMA, Combat Vets Motorcycle Association.
Which is
Love
how
them
we
there.
know
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. I do. We've done a lot with them, but Zach is a member of CVMA, so I was introduced to it by him, and just our friendship. I told him I'm bored, so put me to work, and this is what I'm doing, and I absolutely love it. I ride the veterans around and to their doctor's appointments, wherever they need to go, grocery stores or whatever, and it's just kind of what I do uh, with MMIA. But yeah, we do so much more, and we'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean that's so much needed. Not only is getting to and from, different appointments is really hard when you're a veteran, especially if you're disabled. I know you guys have a van that's capable of, even wheelchairs. Whatever. That's my dog. Sorry, wheelchairs, whatever, and I think it's more than just that ride. It's that companionship. It's having somebody to talk to because often they don't have anybody.
Yeah, that's something that I've encountered with. And there's a lot of the people are much older than me, but they just want to talk. They just want that ear to somebody to listen to them, and I think it's therapeutic for them, and it's definitely therapeutic for me. I always think that they do more for me or have done more for me, and still continue to do more for me than I could ever do for them. So
Yeah,
you know,
Jimmy and I say that often. Like when we go out and do stuff, it feeds our soul. And in all honesty, I think it helps me more than the actual person that I'm doing something for. It's great when you're able to touch somebody's life, but yeah, it's definitely one of those things that it's a feed your soul. It's what drives you kind of thing. So I definitely understand that.
yeah, I think well, spiritually, I'm going to say God has always been testing my patience, but now he's kind of I'm kind of leaning on him for him to guide me to where what's my worth, or not my worth, what's my purpose, what's my next chapter, since I'm done in constructions that I've done for 20 years. What do I got to do next? What is my purpose? So I think right now this is my calling, and that's kind of where I want to be.
I love that because, oftentimes when you have health issues, it can put you in a dark place. And it's one of those things where it takes you out of yourself, and finding purpose when your past is like being in construction is no longer a viable option, and how you've identified yourself for so many years. Being able to find that purpose is an amazing feeling, and I'm so happy that you've been able to find them. So tell me, like, okay, so who do you serve? What areas do you serve?
Wake and what's the other one that we just don't? Well, we're all over, and pretty much Wake and the surrounding counties. I've driven as far as much as an hour and a half away to pick someone up. Um, I don't care if I have to go to the coast or wherever. I mean, I've actually gone and picked up donations in the Charlotte area. So, I mean, it's all
Yeah,
of North Carolina.
mainly the North Carolina area is where MMI is
Yeah,
located.
I think the goal, I believe, is to just expand, stretch ourselves out all over North Carolina. But me specifically, I'm Wake, Durham, Harnett County, you know, Sanford area. I mean, pretty big radius.
Yeah, that is. It really is.
Got a
Um,
bit of driving.
This van I have is it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I've always been a truck guy, but this minivan has grown on me, and my wife said they'll never get it back. So, but I got it. I think I've probably put 8,000 miles on it in the few months that I've been here, and it's been doing great. They take care of it, and they take pride in their vehicles and everything they do. So it's been a blessing.
That's awesome. Um, sorry, brain fart. I'll blame the TDI. It's a good catch-all excuse that Beth doesn't believe anymore. But
I don't buy it at all. It's so BS.
so I guess you've recently had an event, correct?
Yes, we were at my wife and I went to the Anger Bike Fest, and we had a booth set up, and we just, tell people about what we do. We also raffled off an AR, I believe it was an AR. Um, yeah, we pretty
Y'all
much just
haven't
go.
y'all haven't picked a winner for that yet, have you?
Yeah, July 18th, I believe, is when it is.
Okay, because my son is waiting patiently for his phone
I
call.
know, I told him to pick it.
He's
Yeah,
patiently waiting for his phone call for that AR. He's like, I hope I win. I'm like, probably not.
he might have to settle for a paintball gun, but
Although your wonderful wife did give me an amazing tip on how to win those things from now on. So we're
yes,
we're definitely going to use that next time. I'm not
yeah.
sharing it because I'm hoping everybody's as ignorant as I
It,
was to it, but I know now.
Yeah, just for the record, it's legit. It's legit. There's no cheating
Totally
involved. It's
shit, but
not like insider trading and shit. Like, no, we don't want to do that.
yeah, no, nothing's rigged, nothing's rigged.
She's
But
sitting over here laughing right now.
hi, Kelly, I love you.
I love you.
So, just out of curiosity, with it being a minivan and
There it is.
everything as far as it goes, like you said, a lot of people aren't fans of minivans and whatnot. But I've got to ask, do you drive it like what's her name did in Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
No. There's times I want to. If it was
I
my
bet.
truck, hell yeah. But sometimes, you know how traffic gets if people get stupid. So yeah.
Right.
And I've already been involved in a little fender bender, not my fault, with one of their vehicles. So well, I'm a little gun shy right now.
So you
So
guys, like, we've worked together. I had a friend who was giving away an electric scooter, you guys do so much more than just driving around.
Yeah.
You have a couple different things that you've got going on. I know the is it the Foot Locker, and
Yeah.
you also help with homeless veterans. Can we talk about that? Because that is a subject and I think a space that really needs to be heard.
Yes.
1 sec before you answer that, just gonna put it out there.
Bill.
Edward C. Moon, Pat, Joe, we see you guys out there. Thanks for watching. As
Yeah.
always, if you can highlight in the comments, be greatly appreciated. Get out there, let people know that we're out here live, and let them get some good information here about MMIA and all the great stuff they're doing. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we have a program called Fill the Foot Locker, and it's basically just putting together care packages for people who are currently serving active duty, and you know I'll say it a million times. We're strictly donation based. We get some grant money here and there, but we're strictly uh, donation based. So sending the packages over there can be expensive. So please find it in your heart to donate. We have a link, a QR code you can get with and do your thing. And there's also care packages for homeless veterans. We do stand downs for homeless veterans and things like that. And Operation Rescue Christmas. We try and help them out when it comes to Christmas time, and with gifts and stuff like that for kids and things. So, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, are you guys like if somebody comes to you and says, I'm a homeless veteran, I need resources or help. I know that you guys have a really great resource that you use. You have a lot of people that you can connect with. What's usually like the process for somebody? Like, how do they get in touch with you and get help with that?
Yeah. So in my experience so far, the only thing we really need is your VA card. You're already vetted through the VA, so that confirms you're a veteran. We take your or picture, photo ID, whatever of your VA card. I've done it a couple times with veterans that first time riding. They wasn't able to get or didn't have the means to get them a picture or whatever of the VA card. So I did. I took it and sent it in. And that's all you really need to do as
Yeah,
far as getting
I think
help.
Jimmy went a while without a VA card. He just used his military retire card. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that makes it the process a lot easier when filling out paperwork and
Yeah.
help setting them up with resources.
Yeah.
Real quick, looking at a few of the comments, Joe Ortiz said, definitely feel the whole can't do construction forever. It's a great opportunity for veterans to work in the trades if they can after transitioning, but it does hurt after a bit. Joe's a good friend of ours. He's kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to all things construction. We talk in detail or in depth as far as it goes with some of the jobs and builds that he's done. So he definitely feels you there when it comes to the construction aspect. Theo said minivans are dope. I've made plenty of love to baby moms in the minivans.
None of that in this one.
Not
None of that
in
in
this one.
And then Joe also asked, is the organization a 501c3 or is it a C19?
501.
C19.
Awesome.
501. 501, yeah.
501 C3
Yeah.
or 501 C19.
Something like that.
C3.
Something like that. I think it's a C3.
But
I looked up your paperwork today. It's a C3.
Okay. Yeah. That's out of my volunteer status, pay scale.
above my pay
I
grade.
just drive.
Like I just drive. Do you have any funny stories or like a heartwarming story from one of your rides that like sticks with you?
I gotta say, Peggy is my favorite.
Uh-huh.
I love her to death. I've driven her several times. She had a busted foot and had to go get surgery and physical therapy and all that. And a bunch of other appointments, but she was Army. She was on MP and on SWAT. And but if you look at her, you would never think she's a veteran. She looks like somebody's grandma that makes an awesome apple pie. Not a kick it in door kind of take no shit woman. And so, she's told me some cool stories about her experiences and stuff, and she's been through a lot in her life. And I really, I don't know, I just kind of want to hug her. So it's,
Aw.
she's just special. And I keep tabs on her. I'll text her at least once a week, and stuff like that, and keep in touch. So that's
Oh,
important.
that's awesome.
There's,
Hi, Duff. See you out there, brother. Sorry, go ahead.
what's that?
I was just saying hi to Duff. He came in,
Mhm.
wanted to say hi to him. Edward C. Moon said, I knew that one, Jesse. Riders NC do.
It's his name.
Yeah, he named off all your different names.
No.
He was saying he knew that one.
Who said that? Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sucks cock too, so.
Hey.
Oh, you might have to
We
bleep that.
haven't gotten to that part of the show yet. Okay,
No,
Jesse.
we're
You're
16 minutes in.
recorded.
We're 16 minutes in. We can swear up a storm now.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
Oh, that's so hilarious. Kelly's
We
in the
passed the 12
background
minute mark. We're good.
screaming. You can't say that.
She's doing this over here. She's like, oh my God, that's my husband.
Oh, I love it.
Sorry about that. Love you, Eddie. Love you. So, yeah. So one thing I wanted to mention is that people have donated vehicles to MMIA, and one of the guys that they gave him one. MMIA gave him a vehicle so he can get back and forth to work. And I went and picked him up, took him to Fuquay where our main office is, and it was a great experience. And I keep in touch with him as well. He's got some issues that he's dealing with, and I'm not a veteran. Never will claim to be. I'm Boy Scouts at best, but he.
But you're
But
a patriot. You're a patriot, true at heart.
Well,
Like, you really
yeah, I mean,
love our
I'm.
veterans.
I do. I'm former law enforcement, and the brotherhood that's in that is identical to military.
Right.
So, and CVMA has welcomed us in as a brother, as family, and we love you guys for that. And so that's kind of where I stick with that mentality. And even with the veterans, I can relate to a lot of things that they've been through or are dealing with now. So I'm an ear. I just listen, and that's give some advice if they want it, and but great rapport with everybody that I've driven, and I hope that I'm getting some good feedback. If not, please let me know, because I'm a fixer. So I'll fix my bad habits.
All right. Well, speaking of the time we've got on the show, say again.
I said, what are you talking about? We're perfect. We don't have any bad habits.
Nope, not at all. Speaking of the time we've got in the show, let me take a quick break, pay the bills, and then we'll read a few more comments and then get back to it. For those of you that are looking to start your own business, improve your business, sell your services to the government, start an organization, any and all of the above, as far as it goes, reach out to Artias at yesrts.com. These guys are great. They will walk you through everything step by step, break it down Barney style, keep it simple, stupid. If Crown Eating Ass can follow along when it comes to applying for our 501c, then I'm sure you can follow along as well. Once again, that's yesrts.com. For any service disabled veteran looking to do any of the same things, you can reach out to Artias as well, but do it through their organization, vets365.org, vets365.org. For all service disabled veterans, they offer all the same services as far as it goes, but it's completely free of charge. Once again, that's vets365.org. If you like our particular brand of humor, you can join us over on Crown Eater's Wife 1775 on Facebook. We believe in healing through laughter. So you're going to get your military humor, the dark, the inappropriate, the shit talking now and again as far as that goes. If we can make you spit your coffee out every morning, then hopefully we'll keep you from going to those dark places and becoming part of the 22. If you want to support us or want to check out our gear, you can go over to cw1775.org, click on shop, and it'll take you there. We've got ball caps, trucker hats, t-shirts, hoodies, zip-up hoodies, and a few other pieces of gear with some more coming on the way. Anything you want to purchase, we greatly appreciate it. It is made by one of our Crown Eaton members, David Aiello. He's got his own veteran-owned business, small businesses for it. He does custom shirts, custom hats, custom leather work, everything. You can check him out at dacustoms.com. It's DA Customs with a K, not with a C.
All I saw was nobody likes the spitter. You know, the only thing I could see was nobody likes the spitter.
Spitters are quitters.
Oh.
All right, going back prior to that
Nobody's
comment.
talking about me.
Nope, ain't talking about that. That's true. We've got so Eddie told you to stop projecting.
Yes, yeah, I saw that. So laughing.
Duff said, I am Duff from the FSB Ohio team. He's another one of our good friends. He works with the FSB Ohio team organization, or FSB initiative out of the Ohio team. They do a lot of work for homeless vets and stuff as well. He was saying that where'd he go? I lost it.
He said he thought he might have met him.
You were one of your people on Monday. Oh, there you go. OH.
Hi-oh.
I thought
Joe,
when
you show us on a doll where the bad man touched you in the Boy Scout. Katie K. TJ said, how's everyone doing? Thanks for joining us, TJ. Gerald Paget. Good seeing you, Bones. He said, hey, y'all from down western North Carolina mountains.
howdy
up. There we go. Had to take a second to read that one. It wasn't written in crayon, so it gets rough for me to. Eddie said, Joe, I was too ugly, so they left me alone. That's when Joe said, nobody likes a spitter. And he asked, how hard is it to read a cue card? If it's not written in crayon, it's hard for me to read. I mean, all that stuff is being typed out.
Jimmy blames TBI. I blame dyslexia.
Yeah, I blame the TBI because it's a good catch-all excuse. Beth still doesn't believe it, but
that Duff, he's also in our group. He might be a great resource for you guys because they do also help with that. That's what they do at FSB Initiative. They help homeless vets. So if you're in a spot where you can't find somebody something and you've run out, he's a great one to get in touch with because they have a great list of help as well. And they are a little bit more all over as well.
Right.
So
a good way for you guys to collaborate with them to help more vets. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
Hopefully Zach is watching, taking notes.
You know what? I'm afraid to read anybody's notes that they're taking because I feel like their takeaways would not be the subject we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
But, I can't like make my audience too much, but make me laugh. I didn't know about you is that you actually were former law enforcement. So can you kind of, because we didn't talk about your background. We kind of talked about why you started helping, but like some of your background, because you're right. Our first responders and our veterans have such a similar way of handling things. And honestly, I don't want to say because the last 20 years we've been in a war, but being a first responder or police officer, you're seeing that stuff every single day. And I feel like it's almost harder because it's your local community where it's not abroad somewhere where you're never going to see those people again. These are people that you run into in your everyday community.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of feedback on there. I don't know if you guys hear it or not. Yeah, I worked in smaller community townships in like a village, and so it was, maybe just a few square miles. So, it's a Mayberry town. And then, so yeah, you get to know everybody. I mean, I've even had a stalker. So, uh, that woman had some low standards.
You need to give up this, Jewel, because I'm sure Theo would have written his whole bad advice around a stalker.
But yeah, you get to know everybody in the community, and then being in that smaller town, there wasn't a lot of police officers, and I was just when I started, I was just part time, but I would work my part time hours and then volunteer the rest because I just wanted to be out there, with learning and everything. So yeah, I absolutely loved it, and I got to know that brotherhood feeling. I played high school, college football, whatever, and yeah, that's a different kind of brotherhood. But then you get to the law enforcement, military. I'm sure even firefighters are the same way.
Yeah.
So it's I can't shake it. It's in my blood. I want to help. I want to get through the pearly gates, I guess, is my end goal. And if helping people, and I don't know if this sounds selfish or not, but if my end goal is getting through the pearly gates and I got to do this, then so be it, and hopefully I can help somebody with however I can, with words or actions, and what I don't know how everybody else does it, but for me, I get in there and in the car or in the van rather, and they're loaded up. I make sure they're buckled up. How's the temperature for you? What kind of music do you like? You want a bottle of water? I got it. Drinks in the cooler. So I'm accommodating. That I think will go further than just sitting there white knuckling the steering wheel quiet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not saying anything. So and I want to spread the word. I want MMIA to be huge, and I want President Trump to be saying it, on his way out of office. You know what I mean? Um,
What's
that's
like if I wanted to volunteer with MMIA, sorry, and drive for somebody, like is there a way to contact you guys to volunteer to give
yeah.
back?
You just go the Facebook. You can look us up through Facebook. I believe we have a Twitter as well.
You can also look
Um,
up MMA.com.
Yeah, MMIA, militarymissionaction.com. And then we have, if I could find it, I know we have Facebook, I think, and Instagram as well, or
Yeah,
X
you
or
have
something.
Facebook, definitely.
But yeah, you can look us up, call the phone number at the main office. They will direct you in the right direction. If you see me out and about, give me your info, and I've had many people just come up to me and say, "Hey, what do you guys do?" And I explain to them, give them a flyer, talk to them. They take pictures of the van. It's got the wrap on it, the phone number and everything. So,
It's a nice van.
it is cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's very
It's
expensive. She's chirping in the background over there.
You know what? You guys are so much like us. Like when we went to the concert, I
Yeah.
could see y'all were a lot like us. Because if Jimmy was on this without me, I would be chirping in the background too. I do that when he's on the phone. He hates it. He hates it. He hates it. He's like, "Want to like when last night when we were on the pre-interview, he was like, just take the phone. Just take the phone."
Yeah.
I'm 90% deaf in one ear. I can put some of it literally on the TBI, but the big part of it is I can only concentrate on one thing at once. And if I'm trying to talk to you and then she starts talking, I can't talk and hear her and hear you. And
You need those chameleon eyes.
I'm like, just take the phone and talk.
Yeah.
Then she starts laughing and shaking her head. So I'll go to the back. I'll go back to start talking, and then she starts talking again.
Yeah. I think it's done on purpose, man. I think it's It's a woman thing.
Okay, good. We've got the link for you guys in the comments as well. Edward, thank you, or Eddie. I'm sorry. I think you called him. All right, so guess what time it is?
Uh-oh.
I know, right?
Is it time for me to put my pants back on?
You know what? I'm so glad. Like one day we had to wear our shirts from Crown Eaters. We wore them, and Jimmy was showing his back, and I'm like, I don't have anything on. I can't turn around. I can't even get up. So
She didn't want to moon the audience. I mean, I tried to get her to, but
I said, if I turn around and show my back of my shirt, people are going to think something completely different. They're not even going to read it.
I promise you, nobody would have complained.
Okay, so we've got a segment, like everybody knows, we do bad advice. So I'm going to ask a question, and all of us are going to answer, and then hopefully some of you guys in the comments will answer as well, because that's when it gets fun. Is when you guys in the comments start answering them. All right, so the first one is, I joined a nonprofit that drives single mothers around to their appointments. There is a brand new mom that loves to breastfeed her kids whenever we go. What do you recommend I do? Because it makes me uncomfortable.
Spit on that thing.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking Haktua. I was thinking the Haktua girl. That is too funny. That was not planned. That is exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking the Haktua girl. Across my forehead right now.
At least that's what Eddie does.
Eddie.
I'm totally going to steal a response that I had heard previously as far as that goes, and I'm going to say make sure you're driving down as many cobblestone roads as possible. Maybe a jerky back and forth movement.
I mean, it depends on how old the child is. If there's teeth, I don't think that's fair. That's the abuse.
There you go.
Yep, that's it.
I may or may not have taken a gummy before the show.
That's okay.
That's okay.
All right, what's your next question?
So Eddie said the left lane is for crime.
The viewers' comments.
Eddie said the left lane is for crime, and then he said make sure that you call next.
All right.
Just don't call him late for food.
Joe Ortiz said avert your eyes, no eye contact. Well, that would be good advice, probably.
Yeah, this is bad advice, Joe. I know you can do better than that.
The other thing you could do is when it comes to calling next is just add in the comment. You know, I got to do quality control testing to make sure that the baby's getting proper nutrients.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Theo said, ask her if that is 2% because you're lactose intolerant.
I think you should tell her, ask her if her nipples are sore, and that you have like grandma's home remedy to fix that.
Is that whole milk or whole milk?
Right. Theo said I'm more of a skim milk man. All right. Bad advice. Question number 2. Hey guys, I'm Officer Dan. Been on the force for 12 years. Here's my dilemma. Every time I try to enjoy a nice, quiet night off, my neighbors start throwing loud sex parties right outside my window. What's the best way to make sure they don't get any sleep either.
Mm.
Call Diddy. Oh, this is good advice, right?
No,
That's
this is still bad advice. So
bad advice.
Oh, okay. My comment stands.
Okay. It worked. It worked. It was not what I was thinking. We were on different pages. What do you got, Jimmy?
you want to make sure they get no sleep either. It might be good advice, but I'm still going to throw it out there. Get yourself invited, and then only stick around long enough to spike their Viagra with laxatives.
That'd just be a shitty party.
Okay, I read this today, so this is the only reason I'm saying it. If you're a police officer, go pick up, arrest a few hookers, take them there. That way, the men are sleeping with prostitutes while you're sleeping with their wives.
Ooh.
There you go.
Wow.
That was
deep.
deep. That was- I was like, I know that's deep.
Somebody put some thought
So-
in there.
Going back on bad advice, Joe amended his comment to hand her your coffee cup. You need a little cream for your coffee.
You want to stir it too?
Thanks for joining us, brother. Good to see you. Lance said, deal all of their guests, and make the noise yourself and keep them awake with it. I'm going to guess he meant steal all their guests. Theo said, poke holes in all the condoms. 9 months from now, no one will have any sleep.
Good job, Theo. Cheers on that one.
Eddie said, call next and start lubing your baton.
Invite a church group over. Joe. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. No, he's on a roll. Here's number 3. Says, hey folks, I'm Michelle, a construction worker. I've been working these long, sweaty days in the heat, and my husband keeps complaining I'm too tired for anything in the bedroom. What's the best way to convince him I'm still down without actually having to move a muscle after workout? Or after work, sorry. Jimmy, do you know how bad advice is gonna be?
Say that? What was the question again? Say that again.
Oh, you gotta read that all over again? Really?
Just the question. What's the best way to what?
She's a construction worker after working long, hot, sweaty days in the sun and whatnot. Her husband keeps complaining that she's too tired to do anything with him in the bedroom. What's the best way to convince him that she's still down without actually having to move a muscle?
Oh God, probably.
This is bad advice.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll be 2 for 3. I can't think of it.
All right.
I don't know.
Just
I don't know.
tell him no foreplay, roll over and say, just do it.
Starfish. Just starfish.
Never have had that happen. I swear.
Never had that happen.
Never. Yeah, I'm gonna. All the advice I can think of would probably be good advice.
Ooh. Get one of
Is
those.
that the noise you'll make?
Yeah. Get one of those sex swings. You don't have to do anything. Sorry, somebody in our audience made me think of that.
Geez, Eddie's back at it again, right?
No,
Oh man, that was a
I've
tough one.
seen this one live and in person, so I know it exists. Not live. I've seen the hooks in the walls.
Yeah, wink, 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 wink.
No, really, I just
Again, I can't help it. It's good advice as far as it goes, but on a worst case scenario, just kneel on the floor, put your upper body on the bed, and fall asleep that way, and just let him do what he wants.
Pass up, face down.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what Eddie said. But hold on, I love Lance's comment. Jimmy, why don't you read that out loud?
Lance said, just be a dead fish and convince him that he's a necrophiliac playing with the dead body.
Oh, I'm so getting cremated.
Or what was that movie? Kids. Just tell him to pretend you're in the movie Kids. It's okay. It's me.
What's
I never
the
seen
fetish? What's the name of the fetish where guys or girls like to sleep with somebody that's asleep? Like I know there's a lot of porn out there that
I'd have to Google it.
All right, can
Jimmy,
somebody
pull up your browser, Jimmy. We'll see what it is.
This is true.
I mess with Jimmy about this all the time because I go to bed at usually like 9 o'clock at night. I go to bed early, 3 a.m. And Jimmy's sleep schedule is not on that. So I'm always getting woken up in the middle of the night. And it's like, okay, I'll just roll over and do what you got to do.
I mean, sometimes I'm nice and I try and start the floor play to wake her up. Other times I just kind of tap on her head. My hands.
That's Kelly's signal. She taps on the top of my head. She's done.
Okay.
No, he's talking about tapping me on the head. It was something else.
Theo said, stop by a sex store, buy a strap on, wait until your husband falls asleep on his stomach, hawk to it, and then put it in. We already said Eddie's was face down, ass up. We read Lance's. We got to frame your husband for. He moved on me. Frame your husband for a crime. That way he will go. They keep coming in. That way he will go to jail and be able to have all the sex he wants or all the sex he doesn't want.
I know y'all won't be complaining then, will you?
Joe said, ask for a massage or go to bed with a top and no bottoms. Yeah. Well, the bottoms can be pulled to the side. I mean,
hey, anytime Kelly comes to bed with a tank top on, I know it's game time.
Theo said my ex woke me up with a BJ. I was having a dream that I was flying on a unicorn. Before I woke up, the unicorn started giving me the most amazing neck ever. Thanks to her, I'm now attracted to mythical creatures.
Mythical creatures. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with this bunch? Okay, we have to redeem our souls because we just went to hell. I just want
All right, real quick, before we redeem ourselves, let me pay the bills one last time. That'll give a few people more to get, or a few people a chance to get more comments in. For those of you looking to start your own business, improve your business, sell your services to the government, or start an organization, reach out to Artias at yesrts.com. These guys are fucking amazing. They'll walk you through everything step by step. Break it down Barney style, keep it simple, stupid. If I can follow along, I'm sure you can as well. For any service disabled veteran looking to do the same thing, you can reach out to Artias and get all the same services, but do it through their organization, vets365.org. They offer all the same services completely free of charge. Once again, that's vets365.org. And for those of you who like our particular brand of humor, you can join us over on Crown Eater's Wife 1775 on Facebook. We believe in healing through laughter, and we'll give you that dark and or inappropriate military humor. Like
you're getting here.
Warning to keep you from going to those dark places. We do have some kick-ass gear made by one of our members over at cw1775.org. You can scan a QR code that's on the screen now. We've got ball caps, trucker hats. We've even got a cool looking flask, t-shirts, hoodies, zip-up hoodies, and a few other pieces of gear that will be coming soon. Once again, that's cw1775.org. You can click on shop or scan the QR code on the screen now. Go check out the kick-ass gear. All right.
Hold on. Also, just so you guys know, if you check out our pages, check out that we have an amazing admin who is also a dog trainer, and he has graciously allowed us to give one of these dogs to one of our veterans that are in need. So if you are a veteran who would love a service dog, we will have it trained for you. We will handle transportation and make sure you can get to it and it can get to you. Please look at our page. It's in our featured section. Also, every Thursday I'm posting about it. Please sign up if you know somebody who is looking for a service animal, or just even maybe it doesn't have to be a service animal. Maybe it's somebody who just needs that companion for like their PTSD. Healing through animals and having, animal can really like heal you and bring you so much joy. And it can also kind of get you out of your shell, get you out of the house, get you to start doing things that you maybe have put away and decided not to do. But either way, if you know somebody, send them our way and we'll fill out the Google form that we have on there, and we will be picking someone soon. But check out our pictures. We've got some great pictures of the mom and dad.
That's awesome.
Yes, the pictures of the mom and dad are amazing. They're going to be some gorgeous pups as far as
Beautiful puppies.
Going back real quick on the paying the bills aspect, well, I told him to keep it up, and there we go. BA Customs, ALO, I can't, horrible names, ALO's leather, all the custom leather work, and all the custom shirts, hats, everything that you see on our site is made by David. He's one of our admin on our page, and he does some amazing work. So check him out at dacustoms.com.
Where's a boogie? Get up. Sorry, it's getting old.
So
what are y'all doing over there?
My service. Hello. That's Mom's dog.
Okay. I heard all sorts of commotion. I couldn't see your face. I was like, what is all that rumbling going on?
Sorry. You said service dog and you come right in. Come on, hop up.
There you go.
oh, look at the puppy.
Look over here. Look over.
It's amazing. Like our son, our youngest, has really severe asthma. He has to do like those breathing treatments every day, a couple times a day, as well as medication. But if he is even like breathing slightly off, our dog goes crazy. Like it'll start barking, coming to us, looking at us, and running us back. He'll go back and forth, and we finally figured it out that it was Jackson. While he's sleeping, he listens to him breathe and will come get us. And he wasn't trained for that. That's he wasn't
trained for it whatsoever, but he'll lick me in the face. He'll go over to Beth's side and try and get her attention. He'll jump up on the bed and straddle us and lick us and whatnot until we wake up. And as dog owners will, it's like, okay, you need to go outside. You go I'll roll out and go to open the door, and he doesn't want to go outside. He keeps running around, either if Jackson fell asleep on the couch or he'll run back towards Jackson's room, either or. Like, no, I don't need to go outside, follow me, and leads us to Jackson because he feels like Jackson's not breathing right.
It's like Lassie reborn.
Exactly.
It really is. That's what we jokingly
What?
call it.
Johnny fell in the
I
well.
don't understand. I have no clue why he wakes me up, why he bothers me, because he's not my dog. He's Jimmy's dog.
Right.
Like he always, if he has to go to the bathroom or in the especially the mornings, not all the time, but in the mornings, he has to go to the bathroom, or it's Jackson. He comes and wakes me up. Otherwise, he just will jump in Jimmy's kind of like his not his hind legs, his front paws, and put them on Jimmy's lap, and then push Jimmy in his wheelchair where he wants him to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he puts his paws up on me and just starts walking his hind legs and pushes me backwards to get me to go where he wants me to go. So
Yeah, so they're really amazing, and I honestly I've had animals my whole life, but I went through a really hard time a couple years ago, and we just happened to get this one dog in, and there's a bond between her name's Stassi because, well, it's the only person I know named Stassi is a bitch, and I thought it was perfect for my dog. That was the reason why she got the name. Jimmy hated it, but I mean, she's really been so therapeutic to me. She doesn't do anything. She barely listens. But she's really sweet and she'll comfort you for sure.
there's a whole lot of jokes in there that I could make, but I'll just refrain.
Is there peanut butter involved?
Stop.
I was just talking about the listening aspect. I don't know where you're going. I was talking about the listening aspect.
He's trying to compare me to the dog.
Then my dog, our German Shepherd, I figured early on in my Marine Corps career, I'd heard enough people that was senior to me in any way, shape, or form say, "What the fuck, King?" So I decided to memorialize it, and my German Shepherd's name, or his full name, is Whiskey Tango Foxtrot King.
Nice. Nice.
I said, unless you have the ball, they're both crackheads.
Jimmy got both of these two dogs, and you got to figure Stassi's is like a fox terrier. She's really tiny. And then you've got Whiskey, who's like 80, 90 pounds, humongous dog. And those two just run and run and run after these balls. And it's an all day thing. I refuse to throw a ball. Pat knows. Jimmy knows. If the ball's dropped in my lap, it's just going to sit there. Because once you start, you can't stop.
They turn into complete crackheads.
No, yeah.
Joe said the dog knows Jimmy can't walk the dog, so the dog walks Jimmy.
Okay, real quick, so we can redeem our souls because y'all have made a sinner out of me talking about all this stuff. I'm so innocent, and then I get around to all you people, and all of a sudden, I'm just joking.
I was gonna say, let's see how long this line of bullshit goes.
Bullshit.
My eyes are getting darker and darker as I'm talking, I swear. All right, so imagine you're volunteering at a local animal shelter, and suddenly all the animals gain the ability to talk, but only to spill all the dirt about their previous owners. What is the most scandalous secret you'd expect to hear, and how do you keep from turning it into a reality TV show? He's so difficult sometimes with his questions.
Who wrote that question?
Who do you think? Mr. Oz. Mr. Oz wrote that question. Is who wrote that question?
The Wizard of Oz wrote the question, so.
Oh my! Oh God!
It's so there's so many layers.
Dude, I stopped thinking out of college, man.
I don't know what Beth would.
That's a hard one to answer, in a short time frame.
So
Sorry, squirrel. I saw my name and I was like, "What?"
Most scandalous secret I would expect to hear is
she made me. She made me with peanut butter.
Yeah, I was gonna say something to do with
and sometimes I've got an actual true story. So it's a German Shepherd. No, not a German Shepherd. It was a was the with the pointy ears, the big dog.
Doberman.
Doberman. It was a Doberman. And it was the woman was having sex with it, and it swelled up and couldn't get out, and they had to call the
Oh
True
my
story.
God.
We went
True
from
story.
Florida man to Florida woman.
Oh man.
I
You
think
stick
it
the
was.
finger.
I think it was Tennessee.
You're supposed to stick your finger in the butthole and then make it retract.
I thought
Well,
you were supposed to spread water on them.
if you imagine, I have T-Rex arms. There's no way I'm reaching. I can barely reach my own butthole, more or less as a dog butthole.
All right, commercial break.
I thought we were supposed to be redeeming ourselves, Theo. You are not helpful at all.
You need Jesus in your life.
I didn't do it. It's not my story. It's my dad. Well, my dad worked in the hospital on base, and this was the story, or this is what happened. Yeah, base life.
So, going back previously to you being innocent, Joe said that nobody believes you, Beth. Lance said that his service dog is a Great Dane. Eddie said the story from any story. I'm going to guess he's saying any story from the gerbils. Or at least Joe Ortiz said, "Dang." Joe Ortiz said, "Dang, I would have to 86 my Bubba before he talks about my ever increasing porno watch."
Wow, I have to disagree with you, Joe.
Why stop us from becoming all kinds of entertainment? Yeah, as far as the question goes, I would have to
Did you
agree.
read the last
Why?
one?
Huh?
Did you read the last comment?
I was getting there.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to comment on Eddie's comment as far as why stop it from becoming all kinds of entertainment. The question was, how do you stop it from becoming a reality TV show? My thought is, let it become a reality TV show so you can become the star and get rich off of it. I mean,
Military wives
right?
behind the curtain.
Joe said, "Thanks for reminding me. It's time to clear my web browser. Nobody wants to."
Jimmy does. Jimmy, you should be disputing that with Joe right now.
Yeah, I want to hear about it. Not hear from it, but hear about it.
You're in butthole.
Hypothetical hijinks too.
Yeah, we have to redeem our souls because it has not happened yet. Hold on. We can't. All right, so you have an event coming up. I want you to talk about that real quick before we get off because that's what we're really here for.
I'm going to be 100% honest. That was sent to me when you received it, so I don't know a lot about it.
You know where it is and when? I can look it up.
Yeah. I don't have. I'm actually looking for it now. Because as soon as you started talking about it, is when I started looking. And I don't see it. You got it? I sent it in the group message, I think.
Hold on.
It's a race to see who can get to their text first.
It's at Salamanders game, June 27th. Military Appreciation Night is your next event. Bam.
Yeah. Thank you. I feel like an idiot. I have it somewhere. Here's somewhere.
There's been a lot of stuff talked about that could throw you in 1,000 different directions, but the one you're supposed to be on. So don't worry about it.
Eddie said, "Way to be prepared, bro." Shake my head.
He was. He sent it to me. That's how he was prepared. But okay, so the Salamanders game, that's a hockey team, right? Or is
I
baseball?
believe so, yes. Yeah.
Baseball?
It's
Okay.
What is it? I thought it was hockey, but it could be baseball.
Okay.
I'm
You
sorry,
sound
I'm
like you're
jumping.
saying it. I don't know. I'm not from here, so
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, but I thought I remembered hearing about some of the stuff you guys. I think you'd done something at a hockey game not too long ago.
Sorry,
So-
Zach, I dropped the ball.
We'll help you get a
Right.
flyer going up, and we'll post it in Ground Agents Watch so people can find it there. Get all the info on dates and times as far as that aspect of it goes.
Yep.
But we have hit our time limit as far as it goes, so unfortunately, we're not going to redeem our souls tonight. We're going to go to bed finished. Here on the Smokin Jokin show, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Jesse, thank you for joining us on the show. It's been great talking with you. Hopefully, we haven't, caused you too much trauma with our, and to everybody, stay safe. We love you. Thank you for watching and good night.
Bye, guys. Thank you for coming.